Hi, welcome to my studio. I've been in this space for, it's just under 2 years now. So there's been lots of memories made here, but I am moving out in a couple of weeks when I move to Melbourne. So I thought I better document this space before I head so I can remember all the chaos that it was, because it is chaotic. Yeah, without further ado, this is my highly requested studio tour of my ceramic studio. I hope you will enjoy. So to give you a general overview, on this side I have most of my packaging equipment and supplies, and I dry my pieces mainly on this side of the room. In the middle of the room I've got my ginormous work table, which is more than 2 meters long. On it I've got my slab roller here, and then you can see on the shelves on this side of the room I have my plaster molds and a bunch of glaze equipment down the end, and also some books on the top, and then all my art on the wall. Starting with this shelf, on the top I've got finished ceramics that are available on my website. Just underneath it I have a whole heap of glazes. These are all pretty much coloured ones. The clear ones I tend to keep on my table because I use them all the time. And then underneath that I've got a whole bunch of t-shirts in here that are listed online, just inventory. Sweaters in this one, some coat hangers hiding in the middle. And then I keep my ginormous pile of clay down here. This section here is mainly e-commerce-y kind of stuff. So on the top I've got a couple of seconds in this corner. I've permanently got broken ceramics or stuff that is really old, like this little incense holder that warped a whole lot in the kiln. The tulip was meant to be standing up straight, but it's on a bit of an angle. So and then in here is pretty much all packaging related things for packing my orders. So in this little basket I've got matcha and whisks and stuff for the matcha kits. I need to make some more. In here it's entirely just tapes in this bin. This bin is tapes and miscellaneous messy thing. Got my tissue paper, the white tissue paper that I use, just placed on top here, and then underneath I have my pretty tissue paper which I wrap orders in. I have some hats that are available on my website now, just hiding here because they were on the floor in a box previously and I had to make them look cuter. Shipping boxes, packing peanuts in a little crate underneath here. I love this stuff. I package all my orders in it. Sustainable and amazing. This is like my little living section. I spend the most time kind of sitting down here working on my computer, on my phone, editing reels. You've probably seen this part of my studio a billion zillion times on Instagram because I film all my reels here. At the top I've got a bit of product stored. So in here I've got all my washi tapes, cards and some pins. In the middle here I've got my little mailers. This box is full of technology, cords and camera stuff, etc. Kind of boring. Here I have my little stickers which I use in wrapping the orders. I just got these new ones made and they're tiny apples which make me so happy. At the back I've got business cards. These are my thank you cards which go in all the different orders. My compostable packaging tape on its special dispenser thing that wets it, but there's no water in there. Washi tape here, regular tape. I use both of them. Some fun pens that are Posca pens at the back. Then my label printer, which I love her so much. I made this duck from a slip casting mold. If you are a real OG, you would know about the dramas that I had making that duck. It took me like 400 goes to get it to work, but she's the real one, that duck. And then we've got the little desk portion. This section tends to be pretty messy normally because I'm working here, and at the moment you can see I've got a whole bunch of little pins that I had made. These guys are actually online, they just need to be moved somewhere else. And then I had made heaps and heaps and heaps of pins, but then I ran out of pin backs, so I need to order more. But these are just little ceramic charms that will be turned into tiny little pins. Here we've got brushes, more pens. I do all my painting sitting down here, so I like to have my brushes handy. My new headphones, and I've got my planner, my laptop phone. They kind of always hang here. That's where I'm always doing my computer-based work. Start of the year, so I've been doing lots of planning for what this year's going to be looking like. So this is my final shelf on this side. This is the one I use to dry my ceramics on and store them once they're dried. before they go into the kiln or if I'm painting them, blah, blah, blah. Then on the wall here, just behind the shelf, I have all my underglaze paints. As you can see, I mainly use 2 brands of underglaze, or mainly one, which is Deco. I really enjoy their underglaze. I think they're the best. Super opaque. You only really need 1 coat, 2 coats for some colors, but nothing like those crazy thin ones where you need like 4 coats, because I just can't handle them. Just next to that, I have my little tapestry wall hanging from Claire Ritchie. And then when we head over to this side of the room, there's the windowsill just here. My view is a brick wall. It does let in a fair amount of light though, so nothing really to complain about. It's quite bright. Then I've got my ginormous table in the middle of the room. This is where I do all my ceramic based work. So I make all my pieces here, do all my glazing here. Yeah, I spend probably the most amount of time here. I've got all of my little tools in the middle of the table. I like to have, everything's usually just like laying around like this because I like to be able to just rummage and grab things as I need them. On the end of the table, I have my little Venco tabletop slab roller. I love this guy. It takes up basically no room at all, and it can also be fully collapsed. If I wanted to put it on my shelf, I can take these parts off and this prong comes out, so it can be collapsed and literally stacked on a shelf if I needed the whole bench available. So love her, she's amazing. Got my clear glazes here, a whole bunch of templates that I use for different pieces that I've just cut out of paper and random cardboard bits. Recycled clay slop drying on plaster bats. I'm trying to get on top of my recycled clay. Just down here, I've got my airbrush, which I was airbrushing out the window the other day. So like I said, chaotic. Then this side of the wall, the pretty side, here I've got my glaze, dry glaze materials that I make glazes out of, just all the chemicals basically. And then heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of plaster molds, which I don't even really use that many of them, but I bought them all off Facebook Marketplace a few years ago and they were like $5 each. So I got them all. Also, I have a wheel hiding under here, pottery wheel, which I don't use that often, but I have been using it more often. She's mainly being used to store all of my plastic sheets on top of it. I use these plastic sheets to cover my ceramics so they dry really slowly. Because I live in Queensland at the moment, everything dries way too fast because of the humidity and the heat, so drying it slower helps to prevent any cracking. Like under here, I've got these little mini plates covered up so they don't crack in the process. And then I've got some ceramic books here and some little paintings and wall hangings. That lamp is actually just an IKEA lamp that I drew a face and some blush on. All these paintings are done by me. The one in the top corner there is by my friend Shannon Camden. She does really beautiful stuff. And then we've got some more stuff just drying up here. More plates that are just on my website, finished. I just was running out of space on the other side. Some plants. This is my calendar. Love it. I ruined one of the bindings on one of them, so she ended up on my wall. This painting with the little lady and the boobs is by the artist Shut Up. Love her stuff as well. And then also the little bum guy is by Lemon Lambs by Lib. I always get comments on the bum guy whenever someone comes over. And the last little corner of my studio is my kitchenette, which I have this tiny little mini fridge down here, which I started putting stickers on and then got scared and didn't put any more. I've got my pink kettle from Kmart and my little microwave, which is really fun. A sink, bin, drawers, you know the drill. Tucked into this last little corner next to the kitchenette, I have this little velvet telephone chair thing. I got it from my old workplace. They were throwing it out and I was like, please, can I have it if you're going to get rid of it? And it's so cute and sweet. It doesn't really match the rest of the room, but I'm just too obsessed with it to get rid of it. I had to have it. Thank you for coming to my studio tour. I hope you enjoyed having a bit of a sneak peek into my space. I am so grateful to be able to do this as a full-time job and have a special space just to work out of. So thank you all for making that possible and for supporting my work. I will see you in the next video, hopefully coming very soon. Bye.
8 AM I couldn't fall asleep again. Been overthinking all the little things I've said.